For decades, sports nutrition was built more on myths than facts. Stories abound of athletes eating dried figs or drinking cognac before big competitions, or the classic pre-race pasta parties like Mary Decker's. But today, gut feelings aren't enough. Nutritional decisions must be based on scientific evidence. That's what separates guesswork from optimal performance. Modern recommendations no longer come from, "I heard it works," or "it worked for me." Today, we follow evidence-based nutrition. Every guideline is grounded in scientific research, interpreted by professionals, and then tailored to the athlete's preferences. But not all science is created equal. There are different types of studies. The weakest, case studies. These describe individual cases, helpful to spark questions, but never sufficient for general recommendations. Then there are epidemiological studies. They observe large populations and find associations, but they can't prove causation. The strongest? Experimental studies. These control every variable except the one being tested. That's how we learn if something actually works. To be strong, a study needs specific criteria. It must be randomized. Participants are assigned randomly to treatment or placebo groups. It should be double-blind. Neither the researchers nor the participants know who gets what. It should include a placebo to isolate real effects. And often, a crossover design is used, where each subject receives both the treatment and placebo at different times. Familiarization sessions are also used to minimize novelty effects, but even the best designed study must pass one more test: peer review. Before publication, it must be vetted by other experts who assess the methodology, data quality, and validity of the conclusions. Only then is it taken seriously. Important: correlation does not mean causation. If a study shows people who eat more carbs live longer, that doesn't prove carbs cause longevity. There could be countless other factors at play. Only experimental research can speak of cause and effect. The strength of evidence varies too. Levels go from A to D. Level A is backed by multiple strong, peer-reviewed studies. Level D is just expert opinion. In sports nutrition, many guidelines fall into level B or C because it's still a young field, and that matters when you're interpreting recommendations. Never trust a single study. Science is slow. It builds consensus through repeated data over time. Real breakthroughs are rare. Clickbait headlines often hide weak, poorly designed, or misinterpreted studies. Influencers, supplement sellers, diet promoters, many invoke science selectively. They only show data that supports their message. A small study, on a handful of people over 2 weeks, can be twisted to say almost anything. And that gets used to sell products. This is where consumers need to be alert. Your best defense? Critical thinking. Ask yourself, where was it published? What type of study is it? Who were the subjects? Has it been replicated? Does it align with other research? That's how you separate useful info from noise. Science isn't perfect, but it's the best tool we have for making informed decisions. And in sports nutrition, it can be the difference between real progress and wasted effort.